LPT, if you are ever homeless and cold. Never been homeless, but I have slept outside for days on end with no cold weather gear while serving overseas. Anything you can get helps. I dug a hole, stacked cardboard boxes on me with hay, and slept like a baby. Another time I slept in a border bag that we used to drop rations, and everyone said I was crazy because it was superstitious to many. Woke up with everyone in body bags and had a mini panic attack until I realized everyone else was cold as fucking caved. Sleeping outside isn't no joke. For those of you who have been homeless, are you able to hold on to your sleeping bags, or do they get taken from cops like I've been told? My parents used to own a laundry that was open 24/7. We will happily wash your clothes, sleeping bag, etc. for anyone polite, non-disruptive, and in the building outside of busy hours. There's leftover detergent somewhere, and usually some left behind clothes you can have as well. Offer to help out with the sweeping, cleaning the lint, etc. and stay with your stuff. A lot of people who own laundries are immigrants who've been in tough situations before. If you're a man and the only employee is a woman, ask and stay out of her way. No small talk. Cops will walk in quite often. So just sleeping can be tough. If you're washing your clothes there, we can act like you're just a tired night shift worker who accidentally fell asleep. If the owner isn't there and an employee is doing you a solid, be very, very discreet about it just in case. No need to get anyone in trouble. It kind of shocked me how often we got young kids, like 16 to 20, who were clearly unused to living on the streets and didn't have the best street smarts. They usually just asked for a place to plug in their phones and ended up falling asleep fully upright. Never had proper socks either. I never saw a cop try to take a bag, but they did try to get them out of the shop. Hope you're doing well these days. Edit. Thank you all for your replies, and thank you kindly for the cute little moon award. I hope you never have to use this advice, but I'm glad Op posted and so many are reading. Just in case, I wanted to add we do mostly dry cleaning and tailoring now. And again, if you need something cleaned for an interview, kindly ask. Offer to pay them back when you get the job. Write up an IOU. Offer to pay half token amount now and the rest in a few months. Then, do so and keep bringing your clothing back to us. That said, dry cleaners / tailors / laundromat owners are usually not exactly flush with cash or spare time. So be realistic and check out local charities first. We work with the charity Bottomless Closet to donate / tailor left behind women's suits and workwear, which I highly recommend. I forget who picks up the menswear, but we'll find out. It's no sacrifice because, silly as it sounds, we are damn passionate about the work we do. My family has been in the tailoring / laundry business since the 1800s and love making people look and feel their best. Seeing the change in someone's demeanor, confidence, posture, etc. when they put on fresh clean clothing or smart workwear is a true joy. So we get a lot of satisfaction for very little cost to us. So it's all a win-win here. Second edit because I didn't register. That op meant standing outside. Please do not do this. You will get wet and even colder. Far worse than before. A very dangerous situation you can easily avoid by simply coming inside the laundry. Please come inside. Get warm and dry. Please do not stand near anything humid in the cold. That can literally kill you. That's awesome of your family's business. I was never homeless. I was just relating my situation overseas to being homeless. Not quite the same, but I understand the struggle a bit better. Pardon my poor eating skills. It was no trouble for us really. Had to keep the electricity on anyway, and a few extra washes wasn't going to break the bank. Plus many would come back later and try to pay us back or do some chores. Homeless people are so much more diverse than what most people realize. They are just people, many times with an illness of sorts, often having fought for this country, and just need some extra kindness. I'm not so sure that's a great idea, though the exhaust vent from a clothes dryer is warm. It is also dumping large amounts of moisture. You will get pretty damp. And once the laundry dryers stop, you will still be wet. And now very cold. Not only that, but you also keep yourself warm by trapping a layer of air between you and the outside, heating it up, and keeping it warm. Having hot and moist air blasted at you will keep you warm only momentarily. Fire or drinking something hot, somewhere without wind, will be a bit better long term. Goddamn shame you have to get this far down to find any logic. Way too many stupid LPTs get upvoted to the front page. This advice can kill someone. Not to mention every dry vent in my city is on top of the roof, so inaccessible anyway. Do not sleep in dumpsters. Homie of mine is in the trash collection bees. The stories are horrifying. I had a friend commit suicide in one. I can't imagine the horrors of finding someone who wanted to live. I'm so sorry to hear that. Are you okay? It was a shock, and the reasons why she took her own life were beyond disturbing. Because of her in that moment I dedicated myself to the study of psychology. I worked through her death, understood it, grieved it, and now she is the reason I'm so active on r/mental illness and r/relationship_advice. Don't want anyone else to feel that isolated and alone like she did. She was the best humanity could have offered. And if I can help share that love I will. Edit. Thanks for asking. You're a real life superhero. Those dry vents are also high humidity, so you will stay warm as long as they are running. As soon as it stops, you're slightly wet and gonna get real cold. Yes, make sure you are totally dry before going back out. This can literally kill you. And please keep your feet dry and never, ever wear cotton underwear or socks. If you ever find yourself homeless/out on the streets for a long period of time, you'll sweat. The sweat will not have anywhere to escape from the cotton. It does not wick and stick to the skin. My family has a laundry/dry cleaners, and all the wool socks/microfiber underwear that's left behind is free to anyone who needs it. It's all clean. Obviously, a great project for beginning sock knitters is making some nice wool or acrylic socks. No matter how uneven or not quite perfect, a homeless person would love to receive them in the winter. I love finding good, caring people in random places. Cheers. The big refrigerator buildings behind motels and hotels also kick out heat. A lot of times the units are on the top of the buildings as well, so it is secluded as well. And remember, most of us are closer to being homeless than being a millionaire, as they say. Shows how much you know. I'm closer to being a millionaire than Bill Gates is. You're not wrong. I work front desk at a mid-tier hotel. If you don't smell crazy bad, and no guest makes a complaint, you can chill in a corner of the lobby from approximately 1 to 4 AM. Just leave when asked, and don't make a mess. I used to do this when working night audit at a hotel downtown where I live. LPT 2005. This trick will help you fold blankets up. 2010. Invest in index funds up. 2015. Save money on pizza by making your own up. 2020. If you find yourself homeless. LPT 2025. What's next? LPT 2025 Ethera. When hiding from the Amazon kill drones, use laser pointers to blind their eye sensor orb when setting up your evolution guillotine. Make sure you don't accidentally put your hand in the path of the blade. Even when it's not in use, they sometimes slip. Black Mirror viral or B. Practical advice I hope on using. If you have to sleep on concrete and it's cold out, some cardboard goes a long way. Yeah. Concrete will literally suck the heat out of you. Gyms also serve as a solid investment with spare change, because showers and large chains can be open 24/7. When I was evicted from my apartment, I hopped on the train to Nick and went to a place called the Path Center. I had a place to sleep that night. Granted, I have a small child, but from what I heard they put everyone somewhere. I was in the shelter for 6 months with our own little apartment that was a converted hotel. We had our own bathroom and a kitchenette to cook. This works better if you're a female than male, but you should try it either way since you have nothing to lose. It's the child that's the important bit, not the male/female thing. I've always secretly wondered how I would do if I was homeless. Just drop me in the middle of a city with nothing to see how I would do. I think I would be in terrible shape. I don't look like someone people would feel sorry for. And I have no street smarts. I do know how to crochet. So as long as I brought along yarn, maybe I could make people socks and trade them for things. It isn't a great plan though. Although in Andersonville prison during the Civil War, the only prisoners that ate well were doctors and people who knew how to sew because they could trade their expertise for food. Most important part is to get off the ground. You will get cold now if you don't have enough between you and the ground. Even if it's warm out, the ground will cool you down quick. If there is no attendant, pop your coat or extra clothing into a dryer and then take a seat inside the warm laundry mat and doze. If an attendant shows up later, just claim to have fallen asleep while drying your clothes. Sorry, but after I learned people use dryers for their old, unwashed cloths, I/Zero will never use those again. You should see what people use the washers for. Thanks. One Washington DC winter night, long ago, I was freezing. And so went into a residential apt complex, put money in a big commercial dryer, laid on top of it, and was able to fall asleep for about an hour. Was wonderful. If anyone else is curious what it said before being removed, LPT, if you are ever homeless and stuck sleeping on the street and it becomes too cold outside, find a 24/7 laundry mat. At the back of the building you will find the dry vents. This will help for you stay warm. Won't it also make you wet? It helped me more than once while I was struggling with being homeless. Didn't get wet except for when it was raining and I didn't have a tarp. I used a table umbrella to make a small shelter under the vents. P.S. Hotels also have dry vents. I hope you are out of the streets now, Opus. Thank you for your good vibes. And I'm in fact doing much better. I left an abusive relationship, got off the streets, and I'm working again. I have a really awesome and supportive girlfriend in my life now. I've also gotten clean off hard drugs. I continue to search for better employment and dream to have my own home one day and perhaps a family, and maybe even go to school and pursue my dreams. The only thing you can count on is change. I've slept outside when I was drunk because I passed out. I tell you one thing, the moment you wake up you are extremely cold. Worst cold I've ever felt. One of the buildings on the edge of the zoo I used to live near had huge vents on the side of it that blasted warm air well beyond the chain link fence surrounding it. I had this same thought of staying warm with it if need be. I used to work at Edible Arrangements. They made flowers out of fruit. Fruit is delivered regularly because it had to be in pretty condition. There's a lot of fruit waste. I'm taking multiple 55-gallon trash cans of fruit waste a day. Parts of the fruit that are not big enough to use, or it might be slightly discolored, to fresh or a little old, bitter tongue. We were not allowed to donate it. The company was sued, so I was told, for donating, and some of it had spoiled. So it now just rots. If you are hungry, check their dumpsters. Top bags only. Shop, you're not eating yesterday's stuff. But man, you could feed several people with how much stuff was tossed. Wrap newspaper inside your clothes for added insulation. Often you could even stay inside, though, to keep them from getting wise and sending someone to kick you out. Saving it as an option for particularly bad weather might be the best option. Or cycle a few different laundromats. 24/7 gyms are good for warm showers, keeping busy and keeping hydrated. Newspaper between layers helps insulate your body warmth. But are people really doing laundry 24 hours a day? Thought. Yes, when I went to a laundromat I would go from 2 a to 6 a because there was never anyone there and I worked overnights, so I was up anyway. I would just veg out and watch YouTube or something because they had free Wi-Fi. Save new papers. You can pull the paper and stuff your jackets and pants. It helps to insulate you. Damn. This post is inspiring. Being able to pull yourself out of a dark place is not something to scoff at. Good on you, dude. Seriously. Hopefully you'll be able to achieve your dreams, one moment at a time. Hey, thanks for watching, and don't forget to subscribe.